Hello, everyone in Vlogland. It's Latoya again on my third or fourth vlog. I think it's my fourth vlog. But I wanted to talk about, what's happening tonight on Bravo. We had the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then we had the new show, which I'm very excited about, the Shahs on Sunset. Love, love, love what I've seen so far. And because of that, that show has inspired me to wear my head garb that I wear every Sabbath during our Shabbat gathering here at my house. Sometimes my work bleeds over, so I'm not able to not necessarily be here, but usually on the phone while we're saying our blessings and that kind of thing. And this is what I wear. My daughter wears, my two daughters, they wear that, and my son wears his kippah. So with that being said, you definitely was inspired to put this on when I did this vlog because of Shahs of Sunset and because of what you saw with Mike and his family, and just a little part of it. When we were saying the blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam Asher Kishenu, that kind of thing. It was just really, really refreshing and really nice. So I just wanted to share that a little bit. But I'm gonna definitely talk about the Shahs on Sunset. I'm gonna definitely talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was contemplating which one I should talk about first because I only have like 10 minutes, but I'm going to start with the Shahs of Sunset. I love, 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 love the show. From what I see so far, it's full of personality. I love Reza, I forget his name. It's the gay man on the show. He is so funny and so cool at the same time. I love his fabulosity and his fabulousness. I think that to see the culture, to see how the cultures are, so much alike, but then so different, because you have Persian Jews and you have Persian Muslims, and to see how serious it is in regards to just even their mating, who they actually go into covenant with as far as marriage. I just think that's just so neat to see how it works. Having said that, let me get to the beefing part. My problem with the Shahs of Sunset is not a problem per se, as much as it is an issue with a person. I think Gigi is special. I don't understand people who have come from well-to-do lifestyles, or even just with well-to-do lifestyles, who've never had to struggle, fight, or go through things in a ghetto hood type of way. Not saying they don't have their problems, but I don't understand that whole gangster thing when there's nothing about you that's hard. There's nothing about you that's hard. And the fact that she steps everybody like she damn the baddest broad, I just don't understand that, because to me it doesn't make any sense. You can still be 100, you can be about your business, but there's a way to do what you need to do. And those of us who have had to struggle, those of us who have had to fight, who's had their share of fights and their share of adversities, know that there's nothing glamorous about it. There's nothing glamorous of having to put your fist on somebody else, in a sense, because you're having to because somebody's put you in a situation where you got to protect yourself. I mean, now hindsight 2020, being an adult, being able to handle myself is one thing. I appreciate those lessons, but on the same token, there's nothing glamorous about that. I feel like if you're gonna fight about something, if you're gonna put your hands up, you're gonna get loud, or you're gonna get bossy and testy about something, do it about things that are relevant, like your man, your money, your respect, in the sense that someone has just straight up violated you as a woman or as a human being. Do it for that purpose, not because a bitch says because she mentioned H&M in your presence. That's stupid. I think what's gonna happen is that you're gonna keep punking Asa, and Asa gonna raise up, and your ass gonna get to crying like people in your situation usually do when they get put in their place. But at the end of the day, like you said, you got your gun collection, you got your knife collection, you got all of that. But unless you got that shit on you at that moment in time, that's not gonna save you from an ass whooping. So Gigi, my advice to you is to bring that hood shit down. Stop listening to all that rap music and bring stuff in perspective, okay? Stop listening to a lot of that, because it's blowing your head up, and I would hate to see you on Inside Edition with a black and blue eye. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So, but other than that, I love the show. Shabbat Shalom to those who observe and celebrate the Sabbath, and I love the show. I have nothing but high remarks for that show. I thought it was absolutely entertaining. So good job, bravo. Secondly, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, we already know, everybody already knows the plot. We already know the scene. We already know theoretically how things go down and who the characters are and how they do what they do. However, I just want to say, I don't understand. I understand why Sheree is being messy, because her ass is realizing that when you are not relevant, your ass is no longer on the show. I.e., Lisa and the other girl. When you boring, nobody wants to see that shit. So your check stop immediately, okay? And then you're trying to write articles about what you're doing with your life. I mean, so I understand why Sheree's doing what she's doing, being a messy mess starter. But at the end of the day, Sheree, 40-something years old, that shit is not cute. And the mess that you did tonight by telling Lawrence about that shit was absolutely just amazing to me. To the point where you sat there and walked behind the both of them as they walked into the kitchen while Lawrence calls himself confronting Marlo. Lawrence, you are not a Real Housewife of Atlanta. You ain't no goddamn wife. You ain't, you a man. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, you in this particular place, in this particular situation, you should have grabbed your testicles and acted like one in that moment. That was not the time or the place to sit up there and confront that girl about a statement she said in a whole different continent. You know? Now, if Marlo would have jumped back, jump back to her St. Pete times when she lived here and slapped the shit out of Sheree and stepped to you like a real dude, I wouldn't have been mad at that girl, because that was very inappropriate for what you did. But I will say, the fact that Marlo lied the way she did by saying she didn't say that word, that lets you know right there that Marlo ain't about nothing either, and that bitch can come down too. Because the bigger you are, the harder you fall. And I lost all kind of respect for her, period, because I feel like, if you real 100, if you Marlo like you say you are, you don't beat around the bush and you do what you do, then you should have copped to the fact that you said that girl was ugly, and that what she did say the girl was ugly, but that she hang around nothing but faggots. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the thing about it is, if you said it, you can't take it back. It wasn't right, but she should have admitted to the fact that she said what she said. I think that shit was just it was too much. But Lawrence, you was dead ass wrong. And when you brought your ass here to Tampa to do your little hour, whatever it was that you was doing here in this little salon over here, I thought you had a little bit more class than that. I thought that you was actually a real, I thought you was real cool. But that shit that you pulled tonight, I wouldn't have been mad if Marlo would have sat there and hit you upside the head with one of her damn $100,000 shoes. Because that shit, that burnt my biscuit tonight. I really did not like that. Mel, Cynthia, and Peter. Mel, you was dead ass wrong for that. You was dead ass wrong for that shit you did tonight. You don't have to like Peter, okay? Your sister is married to Peter, and like Cynthia said, that's her husband, and he ain't going no goddamn where. Because at the end of the day, when her bed is cold, guess what, Mel? You're not the one in her bed warming it up. Now your beef is with Peter. You should have, if Peter was not gonna step to you, then you should have stepped to Peter and said what you needed to say and established that already. And anybody who tries you like that should be checked no matter where they are. If you didn't like that shit that Peter said tonight, you should have checked his ass when he said it. If he showed out, like my mama always said, wherever you show out at, it's where you gonna get it at. Where Peter showed out at is where you should have showed your ass at. Because at the end of the day, you sit up here talking to your sister, breaking down to your sister, and Cynthia ain't got it all. The country already knows that Cynthia is one rock short from being a full pail. Okay? Something ain't clicking. The light is on, but ain't nobody controlling the damn, controlling it. I mean, it's on. She looking at you. But had it not been for her face, I would shudder to think where she would be in this society, because she's not the brightest chick, So you're sitting here, with your mama making sly-ass comments about how you didn't think the girl marriage was going to make it, but then when he shows out on your ass, then you want to sit up here and cry talking about she always taking up for him. Now, I know we out here in, watching you guys in TV land don't know the whole spiel, and I know there are bits and pieces of your life that we just have not had the opportunity to see. But at the end of the day, respect your sister and respect her marriage, and understand that she chose to jump the broom with that fool. So when the shit fall apart, it's not your life. Okay, you make sure you have a shoulder for your sister, but when the shit fall apart, let her deal with that, and you handle your business. Now put on your big girl drawers and confront Peter and let him know I don't appreciate that shit. I'm family, and you gonna respect me like I respect you, or we gonna have a problem. But let your husband square off at Peter. You don't square off at Peter, say what you need to say, but let your husband go ahead and tackle that man to man, and let's see how big Peter is. Okay. that's my whole spiel for, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Can't wait for next Sunday to come for me to see what's gonna happen with the Shaws and, Real Housewives. And I'm just, I'm excited.